Hey everybody, how are you doing? Hope everybody is well. Today we're going to be checking out the Angl Meteor in the Line 6 Pod Go. It is, in real life, it is the Engl Fireball 100 amp. So admittedly, it is not an amp that I am very familiar with, and it is not an amp that I have checked out yet in the Line 6 Pod Go. So I thought I would load it in and have a play, and I have to say, I am absolutely loving it. I think it sounds really, really good. So let's have a look at the settings that I've got here. I've got the drive kind of midway, it's at 6 here. So, and I've also got in the front end, I've got like a tube screamer pushing the front end of the amp with the level all the way up and the gain up somewhat. So it is giving it a hefty push. You can turn that off. It is kind of a, obviously it's a high gain amplifier in real life, like for the metalheads and stuff. So you don't have to have a overdrive pushing the front end. So we can turn that off, and let's just bump up the gain. I do have a noise gate on the front end here as well. So just to keep the noise under control, because if I was to turn that off, it does get somewhat noisy. Obviously it's a high gain amp. So let's go back to the settings here. So I've turned the gain up. This is how it sounds with no overdrive in front of it. Turn the delay off, so it's just the amp. So it's a great sounding amp in my opinion. I think that sounds really, really good. But I think that I prefer to have the gain down a little bit, so knock it back to 6, and to turn on that the tube screamer to give the front end a push. Something else I've got in the chain is the double take in the Line 6. It's just for like a little bit of experimenting, but I think I actually prefer it off. So let's see how it sounds with it on. It sounds like this. We'll turn the delay back on as well. And yeah, I think I do actually prefer just to have it off, but like I said, it was just there for a little bit of fun and to experiment with a little bit. So what else have I got in this patch? The carb is the V30 carb, the Kali V30 carb in the Line 6 Pod Go, stock one. I still have to experiment with some third-party impulse responses. So if anybody's got some good ones, please feel free to put them in the comments. I might check out some Own Hammer stuff that I used to use back in the Fractal days. I know Own Hammer's a good company. So what else have I got going on? Oh yes, in the parametric EQ, without it on, I've noticed with this impulse response, with it off, I can hear like a little bit of a nasty frequency, like a high whistling sound in the 3.5 kilohertz area. I'll let you know what I mean, see if you can hear it. So yeah, hopefully you can hear that when I turn the parametric EQ off, that nasty frequency comes back in. So if you just take a look here, what I've done is 3.5 kilohertz, I've just notched that out at 2.5 dB. So it's a kind of a little nice little trick. If you're hearing some high, you know, some of them nasty upper frequencies, just notch it out with this parametric EQ, and that will hopefully solve that little problem there for you. The delay is nothing flash, just a nice simple delay, and I love the simple delay in the Pod Go. Just as soon as you turn it on, it just sounds really nice, really pleasing. So all I really tend to do is maybe just turn the mix down. And what else have we got going on? Oh yeah, I've put an EQ, a shelving EQ right at the end, just to shelve up those high frequencies after 3 kilohertz, just to add a little bit of air to the sound. I thought it was a little bit boxy sounding without it, so I just banged that in there just to give a little bit of air. And yeah, that's all I've got going on within the preset. This patch also does clean up quite nice if you turn the tube screamer off, and you can turn the gain down a little bit and just clean it up a little bit on your guitar volume. I'll turn the gate off, switch pickup positions, and roll the guitar volume down. So yeah, it does clean up somewhat. It's not going to obviously be a Fender clean, but it cleans up rather nice. So yeah, now let's say that was with a a normal guitar, normal tuning. We're going to switch over to the Les Paul now, which is I've tuned it down to drop C. So we'll see how that sounds. Yeah, no, I think that sounds absolutely brilliant. I have to say, so much fun. So yeah, that's how it sounds in drop C. I think it sounds really, really, really good. All the metalheads, I'm sure, will have a great time with the Angl Meteor in the Line 6 Pod Go. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the sounds and stuff like that. I've got some Kemper stuff coming soon. I don't want this channel to be all about the Line 6 Pod Go, as good as it is. But I will be having some more Kemper stuff and maybe some more Fractal Audio Axe 8 stuff as well. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. That would be fantastic. Keep safe out there. Hope everyone's doing good. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye.